a case where Santa Clara County, California, was forced to wear a mask and observe social distancing and lockdowns of their church. And it went all the way up to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court said, no, suckers, there's such a thing as free speech.
You take yours and I take mine and move on with the flow. Fight, baby, go.
Liberals and Democrats in California mourn because they want to control the church. They want to create laws that affect the church. And of course, they're going to have a little problem with our Constitution because you have a freedom of religion. I got bad news for you, totalitarian dictators. The church is here to stay. I use the word Jesus. That is the house, the bride of Jesus Christ gets to stay open in California. To the jackbooted totalitarians, sorry, not sorry. Nice try trying to have the church disobey the scriptures where it says, do not forsake the meeting of the brothers. That includes if the law is passed to make you forsake the meeting of the brothers, you are obliged to disobey that law. Because we have a higher law, that is the scripture, that the law of our lands are built on top of, not instead of. Now, of course, the lefty, Democrat, squishy totalitarians, they don't believe the Bible's true. And they don't believe in your free speech right to follow it, your right to creed. They believe there's only a state creed. And when their phony science comes and says, you cannot go to church, they expect you to put on your chains. You get in line. You get in line, royal subject. You're a subject of the state. No, we belong to a different country, to a higher country. Here's the article at the LA Times. The U.S. Supreme Court told Santa Clara County on Friday that it can't enforce a ban on indoor religious worship services put in place because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The High Court issued an order in a case brought by a handful of churches. The justices in early February ruled that California, oh man, that's a terrible misspelling, look at that. Get an editor, LA Times, ruled that California that. Who wrote this? What was he? He was educated in California public schools, no doubt, just like me. The justices in early February ruled that California, that it can't bar indoor church services, that because that of the pandemic that. The justices said, in the time that the state could cap indoor services at 25% of the building's capacity and continue to bar singing and chanting. You cannot sing in church, says the state. But Santa Clara had argued that its temporary ban on indoor gatherings of any kind, including worship services, should be allowed to stand. Can you see how hard it is to do a news show based on the LA Times? They're literally only covering one side of the argument side that lost. The county, which includes San Jose, said that it was treating houses of worship no differently than other indoor spaces where it prohibits gatherings and caps attendance. The totalitarian, judgmental, anti-religious bigotry side that lost, and that's all the LA Times is obsessed with. This is why I keep going to the Gateway Pundit, and I go to the Epic Times. I try to use the LA Times. The county said, you can tell LA Times has so much trouble with this article. The county said people could go into houses of worship to pray or go to confession, among other things, but couldn't gather with groups of others. The county said the same was true of retail establishments where shoppers can go, but not gather for an event such as book reading. But literally, it is an anti-news, anti-truth organization. They won't tell you what the Supreme Court actually decided. The justices' unsigned order Friday said that their action was clearly dictated by their order from earlier this month. The court's 3 liberal justices dissented, and if Ruth Bader Ginsburg were alive, it would be 4 liberal justices dissented. Sorry.
Holy you guys! I'm driving your car, but I just got a notification that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died!
Santa Clara had told the court in a letter Thursday that coronavirus cases in the county have recently continued to decline, and that it was already close to lifting its ban on indoor gas. They're only giving you the counter case that was negated and proved unconstitutional, un-American, and illegal by California. That's all they can report on because the church gets to come together. The people get to sing. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be.
First time ever.
That will be when we all see Jesus. They're like, this can't stand. I'm Doug TenNapel in exile.